such an asshole.
We have a request from Shark Toast, regular here. I have linked to his channel down below. Do you like sharks? Do you like calming music? Well, there you go. There's your channel on all about sharks. So let me go to his request. Greetings, Cappy. Shark Toast here. Have you been okay? I think so. Yeah. Why? Do I look like I'm upset? Got a topic I'd like your thoughts on that I've been noticing. You've gone over many times how there isn't much incentive for men nowadays to do the work, go to the gym, get good with money, learn social skills, etc. However, I know a few who have decided to do the work, but another of them have this frustration with people not appreciating the hard work they do for themselves. Well, you're in the wrong business if you're doing self-improvement for other people. The key is self. You do it for yourself. And I don't mean like those bitchy women that I dated back in the past. They're like, oh, do you go to the gym to impress me? I do it for myself. It's like when Jerry Lewis would get yelled at someone, Hoyle, not with the loud talk. That's the first. Look, okay, a couple. Where do we want to go? Do you care to impress these people? Who are these people? See, I don't care to impress people. I care to get revenge on assholes, on inferior dickwads that made it seem like, oh, you weren't the popular. Oh, you didn't do the right thing. You couldn't hack it in business banking, bro. You were a fail. In other words, all the assholes in my life who told me I was a failure, no matter who they were or when they were, all I wanted to do was say, no, you were all wrong, motherfuckers. I figured it out. It was all a lie to make everyone get this weird shit. Why are we worshiping Baal? What has this statue done for us? Oh, you didn't worship Baal. Oh, what a dork. Oh, we should like excommunicate you. Oh, we should like make sure you never get to work ever again. Why do I need an MBA? You just couldn't handle it, bro. And then you find out not most, all of the people are lying, fraudster, poser assholes. And so if there is a reason that involves other people to go down the journey of self-improvement, it's not to impress them. It's to prove them wrong and tell them to shut the fuck up. Which good reason enough to get in self-improvement. I won't lie. You all think I'm vain. I'm vain. But it's a secondary. That's a good enough reason on its own, but it's still not the best reason. You do it because it's good for you. You do it because if you don't do it, you will have wasted your one and precious finite life. And then you will die, and then you will have regret. Well, everyone has regret. You will have more regret than you should have had you not done your best. The amount of young people today, shut up. The amount of young people today who are going to be in 60 years' time on their deathbed, all they did was vape and eat Doritos and smoke pot and take the antidepressant drug. And I did everything except get off your fat fucking ass and get a job and work. And they will have regret because it will be in their mind. Maybe I could have gotten to girls though. Ladies, oh God, the number of women, it's going to be my generation. We'll have to wait 60 years. There are women who wonder right before they drift off to death, if I hit the gym, could I have gotten a guy? And the answer was yes. Yes, you could have gotten the guy if you hit the gym, but you were too busy with the careers and the girl bossing and the Hoyle, not with the condescending girl boss talk. The ears, it hurts so much. Hoyle, lady. I'm a firm believer in setting your expectations accordingly, and the topic I want your thoughts on is simple. Men must understand that nobody sees the work. No, women must understand. Anybody here, we could go, yeah, sure, women don't see men mowing the yard or anything, but dude, people don't see the work. I guarantee you there's some women out there who busted their ass off, worked really hard, and nobody sees the work. Nobody sees the work because everyone's a fat, lazy piece of shit. Men must understand that nobody sees the work. No one sees you wake up the extra hour early to go to the gym or study for a cert. Yeah, you're also true in a literal sense. Nobody sees that. God, this is old school, Cappy. Everyone saw me. Okay, this happened multiple times. And I'm not bragging, I'm describing what happened in the past. This is all true. Multiple times I would walk into a jazz club or a dance hall or some kind of event where other friends or people I knew were, and my date was a smoke show. All right. A lot of times, for some reason, I could get taller women. They couldn't keep them, but I could get them. And I'd walk in, and everyone would look like, how the fuck did you get her? What they didn't see, swear to God, what they didn't see was the 9, 10, 11, 12 girls that said no. And the 4 or 5 that said yes to a date and didn't show. They do not see how the sausage is made. They never saw your failures. Never. And I would explain to, because how do you get girls so much? I'm like, dude, I ask out easily 5 times the amount of girls you do. All right, you come to this little dance thing, you ask out the rockabilly chick over there, ignoring all the warning signs of tattoos and a pixie cut, but you have your thing. You don't see me at whatever, the mall, the gas station, the dance classes, whatever. No one sees you going to I have a buddy that I know, he goes to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. I don't see him. No one notices the plumbing goes out. No one really even contemplates about what the civil engineer work is done or completed or plumbing work is done until there's flooding and sewage backs up. It's not until society doesn't operate correctly do people, oh my God, what happened? You're responsible. I thought you were just this gross guy that played with poo. I had a thought. I won't mention it because it would not be appropriate. Nobody sees you come home from your job to work more on a side project of your doing. My channel would be an example. No one sees the extra shift you're working because you're trying to achieve financial freedom. Yeah, people don't see you working a night shift. They don't. Nobody sees you reading or listening to Cappy's books to get a better understanding of reality. All of you have to get his new book, by the way. Yes, you should. And you must be okay with this. Yeah. Look, I'm going to say it again. The real, just me. It's just me. It's my opinion. Cappy, why should I try harder? Yeah, sure, fine. You're going to die. Yeah, sure. Better life. All right. Freedom. That's why you should try harder. You should sacrifice more, work more, make more money, save more, spend less. You could hit the gym, sure. But the reason you should be doing all these things is so that you are free. And you could all be, I mean, depends on your age. You may be older than me, so this wouldn't apply to you. But if you're younger than me, you should get to my stage well before I did. Don't make the mistakes I did. You could be free. So that when you wake up in the morning, I mean, you still have things to do. We all do. But you could say, all right, after 2 to 3 hours of work, what do I want to do for the rest of the day? And when do I want to do it? And how do I want to do it? That's why you should put in the effort early on and in the correct. I put the effort early on. I put all my effort into the wrong thing. I should become an accountant or an engineer or something. Would have been free a lot sooner. That's why you should do it. That's why you should pursue excellence. Not for society record. If anything, they're going to be envious of you and jealous of you. And then I mean, how many of you people know the guy who's rich and stuff? Oh, wow, I wish I could be like Mr. Smith someday. Mr. Smith is a capitalist bastard, and we should tax him and take all of his money in his house and take his wife because I'm a little soy boy Democrat putz. So, where do we go? Yeah, people, they literally don't, they do not see it. You must understand that when you do finally make something of yourself and some mouth breather asks you in an interview about how you did it, know that they really don't care about the answer. Some people do. I think that's unfair to interviewers. Some people do, but most don't. They just see the finished product and probably want a piece of the pie. Yep. Cup, damn, man, what do you do? I fail. Well, I don't want to fail. Well, then you're not going to get that girl. By the way, I don't keep them. They don't stick around too long because they can find obviously a hotter, better looking guy. They're just desperate. Oh. Did you see it? But if you desire excellence in life, few people will appreciate it. Few people understand that doing the little things over time makes a big difference. And be prepared for the hate. Oh, yeah, the hate and jealousy that comes when people see you getting better than them. I would say you shouldn't let it happen. Do not let them know you're better. Shark Taz, I'm sure you go back home and then, what do you think about us? I have a question in the black community. Is that like before you walk in, there's like the gate, right? This is the black community. You walk in. Is there a guard that just yells at you, think you're better than us? Doesn't even have to know what he's just, is that obligatory when you walk back into the black community? You think you're better than us? It happens in other communities too. I'm just trying to ask. I want Shark Taz to tell me how that works. You never let people know you're successful. Not in today's economy, not today's society. Oh yeah, man, I got a new contract. I'm working hard and I make $170,000 a year. You think I'm better than us? You're right. No, I don't think I'm better than you. I am better than you. I'm paying the taxes to pay for your welfare check, asshole. Now go impregnate Jessica over in Casper, Wyoming while you're at it and get more money out of me. And then you tell me, ask me that question if I think I'm better again for your third child. So Shark Taz ain't wrong. So let me explain. And dude, not to toot my own horn. No one, just think about what it takes. Atham. This is why I like Atham, because there's no other reason to like him. There's only this one reason to like Atham. The rest, you're not going to find a reason to like. You're like, geez. He knows what's like work full-time work and full-time school. He knows what that's like. He's done for years. He knows what it takes. So few people have gone through it. They don't know. And when I did that, like, look, I graduated with no debt. I graduated 6 months early. I graduated with a super high GPA. No one cared. People didn't care. I think a lot of times they didn't believe it. And that was probably one of the biggest blows in my life where I'm like, I just did literally not only everything right, but excellent. It is exceptional. It is almost unrivaled what I did. People couldn't care. Did it get me a job? Nope. Did it give me did I ever have a position in banking that even came close to what I was capable of? A couple times, but no, not really. And so people just, they really don't care. So let's delve in. All right. First, they themselves are lazy and they never want to achieve it. And when the laziness comes the jealousy. There's none of this like good for you. There's none of that. It's always jealous and envious because you dared to put in the effort. I think Stefan Molyneux said it best is successful or hardworking people. The reason lazy people hate hardworking people or people who succeed is because the hardworking person proves to the lazy person there are no bars. They are not in a prison. They are not in a jail cell. All they had, you were in the same spot. Like if you got a sibling, one of them worked hard, the other one didn't. And that's usually when you get you think you're better than us, that kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I am, because I left. There was no prison. I went and I put in the work. And the fact that you succeeded proves that that's where they have regret. You are a mirror and they hate what they see. So they take it out on you. And that's laziness. And if you gave them a choice, look, you could do what I did. You can have my success, but you got to put in the work. They would rather choose to be lazy and get pissed off at you. They say, nah, I'm lazy. I don't want to do it. I'm going to choose a different life. But I'm happy for you, though. Nope. They're such pathetic, worthless pieces of shit. They got to hate you on top of it. So that's one. They themselves never achieved anything, so they don't know what the journey is. Adam and I know what it's like to go without sleep. I know what it's like to work, a 24-hour shift multiple times, not in a row, but multiple times. I know what it's like to be sleep deprived. I actually know what it's like to be hungry. I know what it's like to be cold. Your average American fat pig who I just can't afford. I love panhandlers who are fatter than me. I love that, especially when they got a nicer backpack than I do. I love that. Like, oh, you ain't missing no. Who was it? Abu American posted some gal complaining, and she was complaining not having enough money. I'm like, she's fat. Why is she's obviously food is not an issue for her. These people have never achieved anything in their life, and not achieve it. They don't appreciate what you did. Like if someone says, I worked myself through college, I'll hire that person immediately. Woman says I majored in STEM, I got a degree in whatever, chemical engineering or dentistry or something. I'm impressed. Like, bravo, bravo. But most people, they don't know what it takes. Sorry, ladies, most of you don't know what it takes to like do basic household repairs or repair. You don't, which is why the chore argument is such a ridiculous thing. He didn't do dishes and laundry. I'm like, well, you didn't, whatever, replace the timing belt. You didn't mow the yard. You didn't put in the retaining wall. You didn't patch the roof. You didn't, I don't know, whatever requires you didn't wire the basement. But they didn't do it, so they don't know. Why I made the GF do her own cartoon. I'm like, here's how you replace. Get the magnet device, and get the socket wrench and pull out the spark plugs, put on the new cords. There you go. Make her pay rent. Oh, Cappy, how do you do that? Then the same people, how is your girlfriend so supportive and nice and sweet? She does her own things. Because I didn't put her on a pedestal and I made her be an independent woman, a genuine one. And there'd be times like, I'm sorry, would you like to do the retaining wall? No. That's what I thought. And so that all you adults who pay your kids to stay at home, which I'm okay with if the kids are working 2 jobs full time. But you never challenge your children. You never make them work. You never make them get good grades. Oh, it's a mental disorder. I don't know why they're all sad, whiny, depressed sacks of shit living at home. Must be a chemical imbalance. Like, no, you never force them to achieve anything. There's rank solipsism, where people think they're the only sentient human being and that what you experienced never happened. They just don't. They don't. I get a kick. I have a friend who can't drive more than 2 hours because then she freaks out. Like, she just can't do it. Dude, I drove 24 hours straight one time. Atlanta back to the Twin Cities. Actually, it was from Alabama, Auburn, Alabama, to Atlanta, back home. I know Alex Patino, or truck driving Latino agent in the field, could probably associate with that. But I don't think most people think other human beings exist. Really, I think this is all they have. They just, like, you could be in a concert and say, those aren't 3,000 separate sentient human beings with all their own amazing different life. Well, maybe not amazing, but different, 40, 50 years of life, decades of life with different experiences, each second different from the next. Nope, you're the only person. It's all a video game. Everyone else is an NPC. You're the only person there. So when the NPC says, "Hello, traveler, I have gone to school full time and work full time. I have paid my own way through a life. I have paid off my house." Oh, that's cute, NPC. That doesn't happen in the real world. They can't associate with it. But ultimately, in not traveling, they don't know what it takes. That's ultimately what it boils down to. Accomplishments in the United States. You know what? I guess there would be an elite class of people in Dave Ramsey's audience where the people would say, "Hey, we're debt free." That's an amazing accomplishment. How many people could associate with that? Dre has this problem. Dre talks about where he says, "Yeah, I have no debt," and people are like, "Must be nice," and they hate him. Well, Dre was in the Marines. I think he might even been in combat. Getting shot at, certainly going through basic of the Marines. That wasn't a fun job. Oh no, he just poof. One day his debts were all paid off. It wasn't because of sacrifice or discipline and frugality. No, it just no one went the path of Dre. No one went the path of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He worked out. No one went the path of I'm trying to think of the people who sacrificed. No one went the path of what's his name? Amazon guy. Jeff Bezos, he worked 80 hours a week to set up. None of these people, Bill Gates, he just made billions of dollars. No, he worked his entire life on that corporation. I don't like Bill Gates, but he put in way more work than the average fuckwit in America does. So there's your answer. So I have it linked below. There's Shark Taw's channel. I also have linked below Betcha Pat Economics. So like, well, what do I do to achieve excellence financially anyway? Link below, Bachelor Pad Economics. And there you are. All right, let's go to the super chats real quick. Liberal shithole survival is $5. My very first boss told me this at 16. If you do your job, you should be invisible. No news is good news. Yeah. Well, I don't brag. Never brag. Never. You don't tell women how much you make. You don't tell other people what you make. If you come from a shitty, poor family, who are poor by choice, not poor by act, but poor by choice, you never tell them you're successful. Never. Because they'll all just ask to borrow money. Times are really tough. You should lend me money. What money? I just got laid off. Meanwhile, you make $250,000 a year. Yeah, I work at the bottle plant. DG Seymour, $10. I'm not interested in spending $100,000. I have a double degree in physics and finance. What are your thoughts on CFA or CMA, sir? I don't like either of them. Unless someone was going to pay you and you are going to go work in the field, like a CFA, maybe. If you work for some kind of financial outfit or a hedge fund, fine. The CFA, fine. CMA, no. The only certification I would do business related would be the CPA. That's it. But unless you had a clear job where we're going to pay you a lot of money, whether it's an actuary firm or a finance firm, whatever, they pay for the CFA. CMA, I don't even know if anyone uses that. It's more industry, isn't it? I know Elkins is not a fan. I get my CPA. That's what I would do. Dung is fun, $2. Because of the internet, I can fix anything. Right, exactly. Well, here's another thing. Hang on. Like real accomplishments, society is not trained to identify what a real accomplishment is. Like if you get your kids to go into engineering school, that's an accomplishment. If you get, I think minimalism is, if you clean out your entire house where there is not one scrap of schnurbles left over, I think that's an accomplishment. If you get it to the point where all your vehicles are tuned up, fired up, and ready to go, that's an accomplishment. If you get it where there are no projects done on the house, not that I know anything about this, that's an accomplishment. If you save up adequately for retirement, that's an accomplishment. Normal people don't see that. Normal people see if you bought a brand new car. My immediate question is, did you borrow to pay the car? Yeah, that's not an accomplishment. But people see shiny object. The real mouth breathers, the real morons think graduating from college is an accomplishment. It's like, that's not the accomplishment. Getting a job is. Graduating from college is not the accomplishment. And if you graduate with a liberal arts degree or a social science degree, it was never an accomplishment and never will be. A wedding is not an accomplishment. Being married for 40 years is. Happily married, I might say. And so, yeah, I think society is just geared to, girls think an accomplishment is having a New York flat, being able to have the Sex in the City. Like they think that's an accomplishment in buying shoes, like expensive $1,000 pair of shoes. It's not an accomplishment. But I got my handbag, slay queen. Not an accomplishment. And so the rest of society, again, no one leaves high school. It's all popularity contest. And whatever the hell, you bought a boat. Not an accomplishment. Ooh, you redid the kitchen. Not an accomplishment. Unless you did it yourself. So there you go. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.